Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Backyard Baseball 2003 Team Challenge video. In my most recent Backyard Baseball 2003 video, we tested out the worst arm strength team based on ratings, and I received a ton of comments from y'all requesting that I try certain themed teams next. Now, to start off, I will say this is not just a requests-based channel. I don't always take requests. This is normally a series-themed channel. I usually like to build teams, so please don't take offense if you left a comment and I just never get around to making a video with the team you wanted to see, because taking requests is just not what I normally do. I only explore experimental ideas if they interest me and if I think they would make for a good video. So my intent with this intro is not to, discourage anyone or make anyone feel bad, but I do want to say there is a difference between, doing a challenge just for the sake of a video because viewers want to see it versus what I think would actually make for an interesting video. Because, for example, I heard requests such as do a challenge with the slowest lineup, and while I could do that, it would be very similar to my Mighty Monsters series. Now, those 9 players aren't necessarily the 9 slowest players, but there are plenty of players in that lineup who are 1 out of 10 running or 3 out of 10 running. So while I could do a video based on the 9 slowest players, I am just not very interested in doing a video that would probably be ultimately similar to playing with the monsters. Then there were ideas such as the 9 players with the worst power hitting. So power hitting has to be very low out of 100. Contact hitting can be whatever, but the thing is, when I check this out on the spreadsheet, it turns out that a lot of the players with the lowest power hitting in the game are also extremely fast, and as we all know by now, speed matters more in this game than anything else. So if all of the players with the low hitting power are also really quite fast, we all know how the game's gonna go. We're gonna win easily no matter what because all of the players are fast. And speed trumps batting ability every single time in Backyard Baseball 2003. But then I saw a comment that at first I was kind of like, I don't know. But the more I thought about it and the more I reflected on it, the more I realized that would be an excellent idea for a video. And this idea was the worst possible lineup. That would be the Mighty Monsters lineup, the worst 9 kids based on their skill point totals versus the worst 9 backyard kids based on skill point totals. And like I said, the more I thought about this, the more and more it seemed like a great idea, because here's the thing. I think most people really enjoy the Mighty Monsters series and understood that challenge. That is by far my favorite series that I've ever done, but there is a chance, a very small chance, not saying I ever got any comments like this, but there's a chance that some people out there watched that series and thought, is it really that hard? Is this team really that bad? Is it really that hard to win a game with this team? You really only won 1 game with this team? Are they really that bad compared to everyone else? Like, they watch this series and they doubt how bad that team really is. Well, today you are going to get to see how bad those 9 Mighty Monsters players are, the actual worst players in the game based on skill points versus the worst backyard kids. Basically, the worst players that you can select in the game out of the box without having to mod anything. The worst selectable players, in other words. And to right out of the gate show y'all the difference in talent that we're going to be witnessing, the best players on that Mighty Monsters team in terms of their skill point totals were Claire Nelson and Dana Sakula. Each of them had 14 out of a possible 40 skill points. The worst player on the worst backyard kids team has a 16 out of 40 skill point total. So not a single backyard kid has a lower skill point total than any of the Monsters players. So now let's meet the 9 backyard kids who are going to make up the worst backyard kids team. Starting at the bottom, we've got Kimmy Ekman, 16 out of 40 possible skill points. I don't think anybody is really surprised with this. Kimmy Ekman is often cited as the worst backyard kid, but despite her low ratings, there are a lot of upsides to Kimmy Ekman. She has pretty good pop to her bat, so she is good for a solid line drive every now and then, and despite her slow speed, she does have a very strong arm, so she is a good option for catcher if you're really desperate for one. Then we have Dimitri Petrovic, which really surprised me because out of all the players on this list, I would not consider Dmitry Petrovic one of the worst players on this team, and not even one of the worst backyard kids, not even close. He's got decent speed. He is pretty solid at the plate with the bat, not excellent on defense. His throw power isn't that great and his stamina isn't good either, but I would say Dmitry is a pretty solid all-around player. He is tied for the second worst backyard kid based on skill point totals. The other is Ricky Johnson, also with 19 out of 40. This one is probably less surprising. Ricky Johnson is one of the worst hitters in the game. If it weren't for his speed, he would never reach base, but he is pretty quick, and he is a decent pitcher as well. Then we have Gretchen Hasselhoff with a 20 out of 40 skill point total. Very, very weak on defense, but she does have decent speed and can get you a hit every once in a while. Then we have Ashley or Sydney Weber. 21 out of 40 possible skill points, and the reason I specify or is because if you put Ashley and Sydney together on the same team, they both get a big boost because they are identical twins. So to build this team, you have to choose either Sydney or Ashley. I just picked Ashley this time, and I would say the Weber twins, when apart, are probably the most mediocre, most disappointing backyard kids. Not that great at the plate, decent on defense, they have okay arm strength, okay speed, but there's really nothing they have that jumps out at you. Then Billie Jean Blackwood, 22 out of 40 possible skill points, and I would say I've kind of come around on Billie Jean Blackwood. She isn't that bad of a hitter, not that fast though, not the best arm, but I used to call her the worst backyard kid. I don't know if I say that anymore. I still think she's bottom 3, but she's actually one of the better rated players on this team. Then we have Kenny Kawaguchi, 22 out of 40 possible skill points, one of the best pitchers in the game. That's where he's going to be, not even really a spoiler alert. Most of y'all probably already assumed that. And then for the 8th and 9th player slots on this team, there are actually several players who are tied with a skill point total of 23 out of 40, and I had to choose from the 6 players with 23 out of 40. Those 6 players are Maria Luna, Angela Del Vecchio, Lisa Crockett, Ronnie Dobbs, Jorge Garcia, and Reese Worthington. And of these 6 players, I picked Maria Luna and Reese Worthington to make up the last 2 players on the worst backyard kids team. So I'll explain why I didn't pick either of the 4 other players. First, Angela Del Vecchio, obviously not one of the worst backyard kids. As a matter of fact, she is probably one of the best backyard kids. I think pretty much everyone can agree she is a top 5 backyard kid. She's one of the best pitchers in the game. She is 10 out of 10 on pitching. She's also a pretty solid power hitter, and sure, she is a massive liability on defense. She has horrible throw power, she has horrible speed, but she is good enough on offense and good enough as a pitcher that she is, like I said, a top 5 backyard kid. I don't think anyone would consider her one of the worst. Then Lisa Crockett is actually one of the most well-rounded backyard kids. A lot of people judge off her appearance and her demeanor, but she is decent at the plate, has decent speed, okay throw power. All in all, she's not great. She is mediocre, but I definitely think she is not one of the worst backyard kids. And then Ronnie Dobbs, he can actually rake. Like, Ronnie Dobbs has a really small batter's box, a really bad swing, but he can rake and he has good throw power. He's not that fast, but I do think he has enough upside on both offense and defense to get him out of this list. And then Jorge Garcia, a lot of y'all might disagree with me on this one, but I think that despite the fact that Jorge Garcia has the worst swinging form of all time, he's actually not that bad of a hitter. He's got okay speed, not that great on defense, but I think Jorge is actually good enough of a hitter to get off this list. Like, I would actually say the same about Dmitry Petrovic, but Dmitry Petrovic has to make the list based on his skill point totals. So now I will explain why I picked Reese and Maria. I think most of y'all would agree with the inclusion of Reese because he's just not a very good hitter, not that great on defense either. As far as his hidden trait ratings are concerned, I also incorporated this into my decision for choosing between these 6 players. He is 14 out of 100 stamina. He was on the worst stamina team. He was also on the worst arm strength team, just 19 out of 100 arm strength. And his hidden hitting ratings are not that good either. Believe it or not, Reese's power hitting rating is actually better than his contact hitting. He is 46 out of 100 power hitting with 25 out of 100 contact. So even with his 3 out of 10 base hitting rating, you can't even say, oh, he's an okay contact hitter. No, his contact is worse than his power hitting. Then we have Maria Luna. Those of you who have played with Maria before know that she is a pretty decent line drive hitter. And of course, when you're rocking those pink uniforms, she is lethal. But she does have 24 out of 100 stamina, 16 out of 100 intelligence, intelligence, and I'm not really sure what goes into the intelligence rating, but you can assume it's pretty similar to like what awareness is in Madden or 2K. And then she has 3 out of 100 throw aim. Yes, there are different variables for throw power versus throw aim. Her throw power also is not very good. And then she has 24 out of 100 attention rating. So I assume attention and intelligence are both, like I said, part of some sort of awareness system, but I've not read anything definitive from the people who research this stuff as to what actually goes into those ratings. And so there you go. Those are the 9 players I have selected for the worst Backyard Kids team. Kimi Ekman, Dmitry Petrovich, Ricky Johnson, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Ashley Weber, Billie Jean Blackwood, Kenny Kawaguchi, and then Maria and Reese rounding it out. Let's jump into this game. So here we are in season mode. In case you guys are wondering what the options are, as always, hard difficulty, 6 innings, errors on, swing spot and pitch locator off. And here are the lineups. Kenny Kawaguchi starting off at pitcher, Kimi Ekman at catcher, of course, because she's got that rocket arm. Dmitry Petrovich is -2 in batting, so unfortunately his excellent contact hitting is probably not going to be in effect today, but he does have a +2 boost in running, which is great. He's already a pretty solid base runner, so having him boosted from 7 to 9 speed is going to be great. Then I'm going to have Maria, Gretchen, and Ashley in the outfield. Y'all know these players already. And Thor Herring is not starting at pitcher. Claire Nelson with a big boost today, not to pitching, but to batting, running, and fielding. She is starting at pitcher today. Heidi Thurman also has a +1 at fielding. She already has one of the strongest arms in the game, so this is only going to make her better at first base. Quentin Driver has a reduction from 2 fielding to 1, so even more ineffective than he usually is. So yeah, there really are no big boosts or decreases on our team, not to a significant degree at least. And I believe even with Claire and Heidi having their big boosts, we will still take care of business here easily. Let's jump into this game. Heidi Thurman leading off for the Angels. We're going to see the first of Kenny Kawaguchi today. And a quick strikeout on 4 pitches to start the game. And we already got the juice power up. That's great. Kenny, of course, has good stamina, but that's always good to have in case we need to change someone out. And Victoria makes contact with that, and Reese does not have a good arm, as we know. Oh, that's foul. Wow. Victoria definitely doesn't have great speed, but she is 6 out of 10 on running, and with how weak Kenny and Reese are with their arm strength, that could have been a base hit. We got lucky there, but that's going to be a strikeout instead. So missed opportunity for the Angels. Kenny with 2 strikeouts to start the game. Off to a great start. And Dana makes contact with this one, but this is going to be an easy play for Kenny, right to Ricky. 3 quick outs to start the game. So we will see how Dimitri's bat is looking today, but I am very excited for his speed boost. Let's go for this one. Oh yeah, definitely not as much pop, but still, man, look at that speed. And they're not smart enough to play Thor or Heidi at catcher, so we are going to steal all day with our faster players. Easy money. Oh, horrible throw. And Quentin is not there, so Dimitri is going to get third, maybe even more. We're going to send him home. Why not? Horrible throw, and Dimitri is going to score. Already up 1-0. Well, that first run came easy. Gretchen didn't even have to swing. Dimitri gets a steal, and the error gets us all the way around the bases. Pop up here for Gretchen, and that is going to be an error. Of course. I think that might have been Thor with the drop, actually. So error by Thor Herring. Maria's up. Still no outs. Ooh, Maria Luna makes contact, and this is into right field. That's going to be a catch. Oh, that's Thor Herring right there. So Wayne Pittman, I think, was on the error. Thor Herring makes a good play in right field and nearly threw out Gretchen. Oh. So that is a strikeout, but Gretchen, once again, Quentin Driver misses the throw, and she's going to get to third. So we strike out, but we have a runner in scoring position. Billie Jean Blackwood with the opportunity to send Gretchen home. Oof, and this is right in front of the plate. Although we'll see if the catcher is strong enough. And yep, that's a good throw from Cameron Haynes. 3 outs, so we leave 1 on third. But still, that inning still showed the defensive ineptitude of the Angels. Couple errors. Quentin Driver has no clue what he's doing at third base. Gonna be a fun game, I can tell. And third strikeout easily. 3 pitches and 3 more strikes for Kenny Kawaguchi. Already at 4 strikeouts today. Oh, and Ivan makes contact, and this is not going to be ruled foul. Kimi Ekman going to have to throw him out. Easy out, though, and we are right back up to bat with a lead. Oof, why did I swing at that? I thought that was going to be on the edge of the strike zone, and we'd get a pretty solid contact hit, but yeah, first bad swing for me today. Ooh, slow-mo pitch. Let's hit this one. Oh, that is a pop-up right in front of the catcher. Easy out. Big missed opportunity there, and Kenny Kawaguchi is up with 2 outs, nobody on. And there's ball 4. Kenny Kawaguchi gets walked on 5 pitches. So this leaves us with the dilemma of what to do with Ricky Johnson at the plate. We're, of course, going to go for the steal with Kenny Kawaguchi. Easy right there. And why not go for third as well? I mean, Quentin has missed 2 throws to third already. Ball 2. And oh yeah, Quentin Driver. Ooh, he actually makes the play this time. Wow. Ball 3. Yeah, Claire Nelson is already losing stamina. We know she doesn't have great stamina from our time with her in the Mighty Monsters season. Ball 4. Ricky Johnson gets walked. Claire Nelson has walked 2 batters in a row with 2 outs. Not looking good for her. Gonna try again, and Kenny's gonna get to third. Gonna send Ricky as well. And Dimitri makes contact. That is into shallow right field. And Kenny is going to get sent home. Oh, Dimitri is going to have to get back, but we are up 2-0 now. And Gretchen keep this going. Dimitri, we're sending him to second. And Ricky's going to come home. Quentin Driver does not have the throw power to get it there. Easy steal. 3-0 all of a sudden. And Thor Herring is in the game to get the final strike on Gretchen to finally end the offensive onslaught. Well, not really an offensive onslaught, but, you know, the cheeky base running. That's a pop fly. And that's an error from Wayne Pittman, and that's going to score Dimitri. RBI off the error for Gretchen Hasselhoff. Wow, so Claire Nelson didn't even last 6 outs. Just 1 2/3 innings, having to bring in Thor Herring. Maria Luna pops that one up. Is Wayne going to get under that? Wayne drops it again. Wayne has been a liability, and he's not going to get that into second. Gretchen is coming home, and just like that, we've got a 5-0 lead. We have scored 4 straight runs with 2 outs, and Thor Herring is not getting any help from Wayne Pittman and the rest of the defense. Kimi Ekman pops this one into shallow left field, and Victoria Schamberg makes the catch. And finally, the Angels are back up to bat. That inning quickly spiraled out of control. So like I said, man, even with this team of the worst backyard kids, the talent discrepancy is huge. So like I predicted, guys, the talent gap even between the worst kids in the game and the worst backyard kids is massive. And Thor Herring goes down after 4 pitches. Strikeout number 5 for Kenny Kawaguchi. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Kenny Kawaguchi sends Quentin Driver packing. What an easy performance so far for Kenny Kawaguchi. Wayne Pittman makes contact there, but easy play for Kenny Kawaguchi. And once again, a 1-2-3 inning. No problem for Kawaguchi. What a great performance from him so far, and we are back up to bat. Man, quick grounder for Billie Jean Blackwood, but can she make it to first? This is going to be close, and she does. Heidi Thurman had to come off the bag. Cheeky infield single for Billie Jean Blackwood. Let's try stealing with BJB. Let's see how it goes. And Quentin's going to miss this throw. What is Wayne Pittman doing? Actually, is that Wayne Pittman? No, that's Cameron Haynes at catcher. But what is Cameron Haynes doing? Why did he throw it to third? There was no point in that. So yet another double steal. We are just racking up the steals in this game, making the Angels look like fools out here. Full count for Reese Worthington. You know Thor would love to get his first strikeout. And that is popped up. Cameron Haynes drops it. Another error. Man, Thor is getting no help at all. And Ashley Weber sends this one up the middle. Thor drops it. Would have been a good play there. And that's going to be a single off the error for Ashley Weber. No outs still. Bases juiced for Kenny Kawaguchi. Really been a nightmare performance for Thor Herring so far. Ripped by Kenny Kawaguchi, and that is a home run! Grand slam for Kenny Kawaguchi, no way! Line drive power, grand slam for Kenny Kawaguchi. And I think Thor Herring is done already. Thor Herring, no strikeouts, less than 20 pitches, and just allowed a grand slam to Kenny Kawaguchi. He was getting no help from his fielders for the first couple of innings, but that one was all his fault. Wow. 17 pitches and Wayne Pittman comes in for Thor Herring. Already the third pitcher of the game for the Angels. What an incredible start so far for us. And that is a trickler for Ricky Johnson, but he's still going to make this. Wow. Ricky Johnson with the speed. Hey, man, speed is key, like I've always said. As we all know, after so many videos, so much time playing this game, speed matters more than anything else. That was a perfect demonstration right there. And Dimitri, another infield hit, but once again, speed. Look at that. Before Wayne even got to the ball, Dimitri and Ricky were already at their bases, almost. And that is a pop-up for Gretchen. They moved in for her, and that is going to be ruled an infield fly. Finally an out. And that is popped into shallow left field by Maria Luna. And we're definitely going to score here. Oh, Ivan King just made a horrible play on the ball. What even was that pursuit angle? And we're going to send Dimitri. Maria is going to get to third. And this is going to be a 2 RBI triple for Maria Luna. Kimmy Ekman with the rip. And Maria's definitely coming home. Going to be an RBI single for Kimmy Ekman. 12-0. I'll just take that free base. Sure, why not? Why not? It's starting to look like the 99-0 challenge all of a sudden. What if I'm able to pull off the 99-0 challenge with this team of the worst backyard kids? Imagine that. That's the new goal. Let's see how many runs I can score. If I can pull off the 99-0 challenge against the worst possible team with this team of backyard kids, that would be an accomplishment. Then again, this is not a 9-inning game, but we're making good pace. Billie Jean Blackwood, great hit. Victoria Schamberg can't handle that, and Kimmy's going to get to third. I said we're making good pace. We really aren't. We're at 12 runs at the bottom of the third, but I definitely think we can hit 30 runs or something like that. 30-something to nothing is definitely a possibility, maybe even 40 with how we're playing. Ooh, this is going to be right in front of the catcher, but Reese is still going to make it. Wow, base is juiced. And Ashley Weber pops this into the infield. And that throw home will not be in time. Quentin Driver throws it into the dirt. 13-0. And once again, the bases are juiced for Kenny Kawaguchi. Imagine the standing ovation of Kenny Kawaguchi in back-to-back at-bats. Gets back-to-back grand slams. Yeah, it looks like it's an intentional walk. If Wayne Pittman was smart, he would definitely walk Kenny. Kenny's having a great day on the mound. He's hit the grand slam. He's feeling himself, 100%. And Wayne just keeps on looking for the strike zone, and this is going to be an RBI. It's going to be an infield single and RBI for Kenny Kawaguchi. Speed is key. And now Heidi Thurman comes in, fourth pitcher of the game for the Angels. They are scrambling. This is just a nightmare game. Ooh, Ricky Johnson. That's a big hit for him. Will this land? Ooh, that's foul. Wow, that would have been an excellent hit if it had landed. Very well placed. Ooh, Ricky Johnson. Did you hear the crack of that bat? And Victoria Schamberg drops it. Reese is coming home. We're going to send Ashley too. And we're going to get 2 RBI off that error. 16-0. Still only 1 out. The Angels cannot get out of this inning. Dimitri 3 for 3 today. Already at his 4th at-bat. And Dimitri, that's going to be a grounder right to Heidi Thurman. But no outs. Wow. Somehow, even with Heidi Thurman on the mound and her arm, no outs on that play. Gretchen Hasselhoff. I'm just swinging for everything now. I just want to see how many runs we can get. And this is still going to score. No outs. That play, with the bases loaded, resulted in no outs and an RBI. This is incredible. It really is incredible how even the worst backyard kids look like seasoned pros compared to the Monsters lineup. This is crazy. Maria Luna. Oh my gosh, no way. Claire Nelson. That is, wow, that would have been foul, but finally they get another out. We're going to send Ricky home. Oh no, there's Thor Herring. Oh. Cameron Haynes just decided to watch that ball go by, and we're going to get a free run. 2 outs, but we're up 18-0. Kimmy Ekman with the grounder. Dimitri is going to head home, but can Kimmy Ekman get to first? No! And the Angels finally escape this inning. 13 runs. Y'all are seeing the talent divide and especially the speed divide. Heidi Thurman with the pop-up. Kenny Kawaguchi Man, he is relaxed. He is well rested. And Victoria Shamberg goes down after 3 pitches. Kenny Kawaguchi making it look easy. Another one for Kenny Kawaguchi. 8 strikeouts, and just like that, we are back up to bat. Angels getting nothing done on offense. Billie Jean Blackwood with the pop-up, and no one is there. Reese Worthington. Wow, that is probably the best contact I've ever had with Reese. Billie Jean Blackwood going to third. Reese getting to second. And we're just putting on a clinic right now. Why not send Billie Jean home? Quinn's not even going to throw it into the dirt. 19-0. Oh, I love this game. And now Ivan King comes in, 5th pitcher of the game for the Angels. They're just throwing anything at the wall, hoping it sticks. Ashley Weber with the pop-up, and that's either Thor or Wayne. Makes the first out. And that's a strikeout for the Angels finally. It's Ivan King who finally gets it done. Unless there was one earlier in the game that I'm forgetting about. But wow, Ivan King finally with some effective pitching. Ricky Johnson hits the zigzag pitch, and this will land. This will be a hit. And now we're getting power-ups. Oh man, this is about to get even worse for the Angels. And it's an aluminum power bat. Oh my gosh. The game's just making it too easy for us now. Dmitry Petrovich with a scorcher into left field. Victoria can't even come close to getting that. Easy RBI. I think I'm going to save the aluminum power for another potential Kenny Kawaguchi grand slam situation. That'd just be too good. That's what we all want, right? Another zigzag. Gretchen makes contact. And ooh. That was nearly a great hit. Would have had even more power-ups there if that was fair. And that's a pop-up, but they will not have the speed to get under this one, and Gretchen will be safe. Bases juiced. And you know, Maria is a good contact hitter, but this is just too good to miss out on. We're going to use the aluminum power with her. Get another grand slam. And Maria actually gets walked. So they walk in a run, 21-0. And Kimmy Ekman is up. And she's only been 1 for 4 today, so she could use the grand slam for her stats. Kimmy Ekman making this 25-0. And we're going to be saying bye-bye to Ivan King. Who's next for the Monsters, a.k.a. the Angels? Who's next to get absolutely dunked on by the worst backyard kids? 683 feet on the aluminum power dinger for Kimmy Ekman. Billie Jean Blackwood, and that is right to Quentin, but he misses it just too slow. Victoria Shamberg somehow even bobbled that one. And Dana Sekula is now in. 5th pitcher, or is this the 6th pitcher? I don't even know. I'm losing track of how many pitchers. Why did Cameron Haynes throw that? Quentin wasn't even close to 3rd. What is the CPU even doing, man? Ooh, Dana Sekula gets me swinging on the edge of the strike zone, and they finally get out of that inning. 7 runs allowed. Claire Nelson with some contact. Out to Maria Luna. Don't want the perfect game to be ruined. Easy out. And Cameron Haynes makes contact. Ricky, get that. Get to first, get to first, get it to first. Okay, 2nd out. And striking on 3 pitches for Kenny Kawaguchi, 9th of the day, and we are right back up to bat. It's actually kind of astonishing how quick we're getting these outs. It's like I forgot just how bad this Mighty Monsters, a.k.a. the Angels lineup is. And look at that. Somehow that turned into a hit. And Ashley's going to get to 2nd. Oh no, that's Heidi Thurman. Forgot about her. And now we're in a pickle. Oh, easy juke. Ashley Weber's safe. And Kenny Kawaguchi makes contact. If we get to first, we get another power-up, and we do. What on earth was that throw? No one was even close to first base. Was that Thor or Cameron? They still threw that. What on earth, man? Quentin misses that. No way. No way. It's just too easy. It's actually annoying how easy it is. Like I said, I think 40 is definitely achievable. Even with this lineup of backyard kids, 40 plus while still blanking this Mighty Monsters lineup is definitely doable. And Ricky Johnson, grounder, but he's definitely going to get to first still. And Dimitri's still 5 for 5, man. Dimitri's really having himself a game. At this point, I really am just swinging for everything. I don't care. As long as it's in the strike zone, I am going to swing for it. I don't care about, you know, watching the pitch count. Oh, why'd you swing at that? Like, come on, man. We're up 27-0 on the worst possible team. Playing with the backyard kids. No point in playing this like an actual game. We're just trying to have fun out here. And Dana gets her second strikeout on Gretchen Hasselhoff. Well, actually, I don't know if that was her second strikeout on Gretchen Hasselhoff. I phrased that weirdly, but second strikeout of the game. Maybe it was her second strikeout on Gretchen Hasselhoff. I don't remember. Maria Luna with some more power, scooping that into shallow center. And that's going to score at least Ricky. Going to send her to second. Why not? 1 RBI. Kimmy Ekman with the pop out to Victoria Schamberg. That's going to be out number 2, but we're sending Dimitri home 29-0, almost at 30. Billie Jean Blackwood with the pop up, but this will land. Single for Billie Jean. Undergrounder time with Reese. Let's see if this scores everybody. And that is out to center left, and Reese is already at second. Billie Jean's at third. Maria scores. We're going to send Billie Jean home for sure. And, ooh, they nearly got Reese. They nearly got Reese. Victoria Schamberg now in the game. We've almost made it all the way through the Angels lineup as far as pitchers are concerned. Ashley Weber with the rip. And Reese is going to come home. Going to put us up 32-0. Heidi Thurman just launched that one in. Didn't even care where she was thrown as long as it got in. And Ashley Weber's going to get to second. And Kenny Kawaguchi, they moved in for him. Why'd they move in? They know Kenny's going to get there. And Ricky Johnson's still perfect on the day as well. He's 4 for 4, gotten a couple walks. Good day for him. And he's going to get on again with the undergrounder. And this is going to be a ground rule double, easy RBI. Why not keep the undergrounders coming? The game's being nice to us. I love this power-up RNG. Dmitry Petrovic now 7 for 7. Going to pour on even more runs. Another ground rule double, getting closer to 40. I'd be satisfied with 40. I think it's a little too late to set a new goal of 50, but 40 plus is definitely achievable. Ooh, Victoria Schamberg gets Gretchen swinging. That was a good pitch. That finally ends the inning. We are up 35-0. Last chance for the Angels. And I just realized, since we are the home team, that was it. Here I am saying, oh, I think we can get to 40, but nope, this is a 6-inning game. So once we retire the Angels, it's over. So last goal is to preserve the perfect game for Kenny Kawaguchi. I don't know why. I just was not even aware. Should have had more urgency. Kenny Kawaguchi drops this one, but gets the first out. I was all like, I think 50's out of reach, but we can still get 40. Meanwhile, it's 2 outs in a 6-inning game, and we're the home team, and that was our last chance on offense. Oh well. Still 35-0 with this lineup. Very impressive. Quentin Driver. Reese gets it, and look how slow Quentin is. Easy out. 1 away. And that's it. 10th strikeout of the game for Kenny Kawaguchi. Perfect game. We win 35-0. Worst backyard kids lineup versus the worst possible lineup, the worst possible generics. 35-0. What a game. The primary stat to look at, Kenny Kawaguchi, 18 batters faced, no hits allowed, 10 strikeouts, 46 pitches thrown, 43 strikes and 3 balls. I think this is actually my first ever perfect game. As we all know, in that Devil Rays series, I came very, very close, as in like 1 hit away close from throwing a no-hitter with Randy Johnson. Got most of the way through the game, but never could get it done. This is not only my first no-hitter, but my first ever perfect game. So that's pretty cool to have with Kenny Kawaguchi. And as far as hitting goes, Dmitry Petrovic, 7 for 7. Obviously some errors probably thrown in there, but got on base every single time. Pretty much everybody had a great game, with the exception of Kimmy Ekman, who was 2 for 6, but she did have the aluminum power home run. But the highlight, definitely Kenny Kawaguchi with the line drive power grand slam. What an awesome moment, and what an awesome game for him, man. I mean, a perfect game and a grand slam. That's probably the best game I've ever had with Kenny Kawaguchi by far. Ricky Johnson was also perfect, 5 for 5, got walked a couple of times. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing this game, and this was actually a great recommendation because it just perfectly demonstrates the talent gap between the worst generic kids, the worst CPU kids, whatever you want to call them, my Mighty Monsters lineup, and the rest of the players in this game, the rest of the selectable players when you play the game directly out of the box without modding it. Because these backyard kids, even though they are the worst choosable players in the game, on the bench when you're picking all your players, they are still way faster, way better on defense, way smarter in general than the worst CPU generic kids by far. Like, it's not even close. We beat them 35-0. Absolutely destroyed them. If that had been a 9-inning game, we could have gone probably 50 plus, and I don't think Kenny Kawaguchi would have allowed a single hit. Like, we were still that much better than them. So I hope that really puts all questions to bed of, you know, was the Mighty Monsters team really that bad? Were these really the worst possible kids in the game? Yeah, they are, 100%. I mean, the worst backyard kids, just smacked them around and made them look like a joke. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more backyard sports content. Thanks for watching.